Hi guys, my name's Maggie. Welcome to my channel, Plantastic Designs, where I am trying to plan and design a fantastic life, and I hope you guys will join me in that endeavor. Today, I am going to walk you through my budget. I use a software now that is called YNAB. You need a budget. And this is the web version of it. And it also has the toolkit added to it, which is a Firefox, a Chrome extension that lets you kind of like generate reports and be fancy and all of that stuff. But we're not going to get into all that today. Basically, I just want to walk you guys through my finances. So first, over here, you have two different kinds of accounts: what's on your budget, and then other accounts that you are just keeping track of that are not included in your budget. So the accounts that are included in my budget right now are all of these accounts right here. And first we have cash, and then any gift cards that I currently have, my checking account. This Be Prepared is my savings account that is linked to my checking account. Capital is a app that I use for savings goals. And then this home account is a separate account that I have to save up for a down payment for a house. And then these are my credit cards and a loan. Okay, as far as the accounts that are I am tracking that are not included in my budget that I just like to keep track of the balance is my HSA account. Then I also have a TD Ameritrade account that I have a few stocks in. I just have some Apple stocks, and that's it. And then my 401k at work. I just like to go in monthly and kind of update these balances just to keep track of it so that YNAB will help me generate reports for my net worth and all of that. But we can get into that in another video. Alrighty, so first things first. This page right here that you're looking at is the budgeting page, and what these are your categories. So think of YNAB as basically like a digital envelope system. You guys, if you've been watching any of my other videos, you know I used to stuff all of the envelopes with cash and have like the physical envelopes and do the Dave Ramsey budgeting cash envelope system. Which I am considering doing that again. I'm not sure on that though. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This is basically a digital envelope system, which I have been using this software since 2019. I was using it along with my envelope system when I was doing that previously. So you have what's called category groups. So you can do like a big heading like right this is your credit cards, and then it'll list every single credit card that you are trying to keep track of in that credit card group. So the cool part about this software that I really like is when you add money to any of these envelopes down below and you spend it on a credit card, it pulls the money from that envelope and sticks it up here in these credit card envelopes so that you will have a payment ready to pay off whatever you spend on the card. Then I also have a giving category. In that category, I have tithing. And for tithing, my spending target, so it also, you can break it down. I feel like I'm all over the place. So much information. But the cool part is each category lets you set goals for that. So it can be a savings goal. It can be like, I need this amount to spend each week. I need to save this amount by a certain date. I want to save a certain amount every single month, no matter what. Those type of goals, which we can get into all of that in another video. So I have tithing, charity, hospitality, and random acts of kindness. And you'll see I put a bunch of emojis in here just for fun. So for tithing, I do $25 a week, and it is going to be about 2 weeks since I get paid. So we will do $50. and see it took $50 from up here and dropped it in that little envelope. The next is my fixed expenses, and this little lock just kind of tells me like, hey, these are expenses that you have that you cannot take any money from. So like I told you guys, I am saving up for a house, and what I'm doing is I'm essentially pretending like I have these bills for like essentially pretending like I'm already living in a house. I live at home with my parents, but I'm budgeting for like if I was to be living on my own. Okay, so these are just average numbers based off of like if I were to buy a house that is $200,000, that's an average of what all of these bills would be. And my goal is to set that amount aside and then put it in my home savings account and just let it build up for the down payment. Obviously, I know for sure I need $30 for my cell phone. That is something I absolutely have to pay. Counseling, I'm good. I already have that set aside. Invisalign, I am gonna owe that. We'll go ahead and put 140 there. If you see these colors over here, these are just telling you like you need to fund it. This red, this is part of the toolkit. It tells you that you have an upcoming transaction for that amount and you need to set that amount aside. We'll go into the differences and what all of it means later. Let's see. That's 75. That would be 125. That would be 30. That would be 45. And that's 20. We can just go ahead and do that all. It's not going to leave me with a lot. So we will come back up here and do that in a minute. Subscriptions, Amazon Prime, I need 15 for the month. Apple Music, 11. I need $6 for Apple TV, which I don't have this yet, but I'm trying to see if I want to get it. So I'm just going to go ahead and set that aside for if I do get it. $4 for iCloud, $10 for gym membership. That's already fully funded. Plan to Eat is a app that helps you meal plan. It was recommended to me by What Was Mommy Thinking? Capital, that's $3 a month. That's the saving app that I use. Showtime, I am currently paying for Showtime because I watch, or I'm going to start watching again when it comes back on, Dexter. There's a new, like a sequel show coming back in November. So I am paying for that. YNAB, that's $7 a month. And then miscellaneous, that's fully funded as well. Okay, Flexi, these are all of like the flexible categories that I have. So for groceries, it would be $125, but I actually just spent some money the other day on groceries. It was about $25, so we would just do $100. Eating out, $25. Alcohol, so that would be like if I buy any wine in the store or if I go out for friends to have like meet with them at happy hour and have a few drinks or something like that. It's just going to be $10. Coffee, that's a weekly Starbucks. I just go to Starbucks one day a week. Snacks, we'll just go ahead and do the $5. And that's like at the vending machine at work if I wanted to buy a snack. Let's see, gas, I also just filled up on the other day. Let's see, what are you saying over here? The cool thing about this software too is it also tells you what you spent last month, so that you can decide how much you want to set aside. So I have a full tank right now, and I don't get paid again until the 15th. I only go into the office one day a week, I don't think I'll need to fill up between then and now, but I would just put $10 in here just in case. Household, that's buying any like paper towels, toilet paper, anything like that. I'll just go ahead and put $10. Personal care, that's toiletries. So that would be like toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, anything like that. $10, which I don't have to buy that often. Miscellaneous, half of that is $10. That's anything that could just come up. And then obviously my blow money, which is going to be $25 for this pay period. Okay, so those are all my flexible categories. And then the next category is below money. So basically what I do with that is the money that is here for below money, I move down to here when I want to spend in these categories. So this red right here is telling me I spent $12 that I didn't have in this. So we will move $12 from this to the beauty category to cover that. So now I only have $13 left on below money, which this $12 was a tip because I just got a massage today. I didn't pay for the massage. It was a gift from my birthday. Below money doesn't get funded except for from this up here. And yeah, that's just to help break it down so I can see what I'm actually spending the most money on when I do spend my below money. The next category, let's move that up. The next category I have is budget busters. These are expenses that come up that are not monthly expenses that can set your budget off track. So think like Christmas, car insurance, well, I got some of mine listed here. So anyone's birthday or any holidays that are not Christmas. So Thanksgiving, Halloween, all of that stuff. I would set money aside in this category. Christmas, license and tag renewal. So I always tend to forget about that when I have to get my license renewed, or like the plates, or whenever I have to get my driver's license renewed. I don't even remember when that is. But I will have the money set aside for that whenever that happens. Car insurance, I pay that every 6 months. So I'm going to go ahead and put 40 in here because I need $80 a month. And it'll tell you I need $400 by December because that's when it's going to be due, is in December. And I currently have $205 set aside for that. Tax stuff that I do TurboTax, and so whenever they charge you for that, oh my goodness. Okay, whenever they charge you for that, that's how much that is. So you're saying I need $25 this month. We'll go ahead and fund it. Okay, these right here, MTAC, MomoCon, DragonCon, and Anime Weekend, they are comic conventions. I just went to DragonCon in September with a group of friends. I had never been to one before, and I went with them, and it was really fun. And so the next one we're going to is Anime Weekend, and it's at the end of October. And so I made a category group, like an envelope for it, so that I can set money aside to have to spend down there. And so like this right here will tell you like my budget for like the hotel, food, transportation, because we're going to drive down there. I live in Nashville, and it's in Atlanta, so driving is not that far. And then miscellaneous spending would be like souvenirs or anything like that. So total, I need $425 by the end of October. Let's do 75. I can shore up the other stuff later, right? That'll leave me with how much? 350. Yeah, I can do 150 from each other paycheck. Yeah, that'd be fine. Okay. And then Christmas and all of that, we can come back to, let's see first. Okay, Wish Farm, we'll come back to this, I don't know. So Wish Farm is basically savings goals that you have that are not like the budget busters, and they're not like vital savings as far as like your emergency fund or anything like that. These are wants, basically, where you slowly build up money to buy these things. So yeah, those are savings goals, wishes granted. Whenever I meet one of these goals, I move the money down here, delete this category, and just kind of, it helps me keep track of like what which one of these I've actually bought and all of that stuff. Okay, so savings goals. These are other goals that I have that are not like specific wants. These are just like in general. Body art, saving up to get a tattoo, locked and loaded. That is my Second Amendment rights. So sorry if some people don't agree with that, but I'd like to be able to protect myself, and I'd like to have a gun and learn how to shoot it and all of that. So that would be me saving up to get a gun and take the classes and learn how to be a proper gun owner and protect myself. Travel, so this is just in general, saving up to travel. Wedding, obviously I'm single right now, so that's a long ways off. A new car. So my car is 11 years old. It is going to die probably soon, so I definitely need to get a new one. I'm thinking I want to get an SUV, so I need to start putting money aside for that. Home furnishings, that would be like to decorate the house whenever I get a house. Home improvement would be like any projects. Obviously, I don't know that yet because I don't know what my home's going to look like, but that's just in there. And then higher education. I am thinking about going back to school and getting a second degree, but I'm not sure exactly what I want to do yet. I am leaning towards technology, but we will see. Get ahead. So these are categories to basically help me get ahead of my budget. A cushion, which is basically to have money in my checking account so that I don't overdraft, or if a big bill comes out, there's money set aside in that. Budget bailout. I saw this on a different video and I really like this idea. They said if it was like basically if they completely messed up their budget, like just went off the rails, had some money set aside for that so they weren't completely like way over budget. Next month income. This is where I'm going to put money for when I get a month ahead. So like my paycheck, I will just put it in there and use in the next month. Holding, this is just a category for like if I don't know exactly what I want to do with the money, I can just put it there and then figure out what to do with it later. Be prepared. Okay, so be prepared. These are basically like your emergency fund type thing, but I broke the emergency fund down into every single possible thing I could think of because that's just how my brain works. Unexpected expenses. So something comes up that is below $1,000, like this is your baby emergency fund. I guess that's what Dave Ramsey calls it. But anything that is below $1,000 that is unexpected, like can automatically be taken care of. This is just going to hold me off until I get like way ahead in these other categories. Car maintenance, putting a little bit aside each month, $50. So we'll go ahead and fund that $25 in there so that in case something happens to my car before I'm ready to replace it, I can get it fixed because it is getting kind of old. Roadside assistance. So we'll go ahead and put $10 in here just to kind of build that up. That would be, again, if something happens to my car and I have to call a tow truck. I don't have AAA or anything like that. I'm considering getting it. If anybody has that, can you let me know if it's a good buy? But I want to have the money set aside in case it breaks down to where I can just not even think and not have to worry about, oh gosh, how am I going to afford to call a tow truck or anything like that. I'll have the money set aside for a tow truck. Home maintenance. I'm going to go ahead and put $25 in here too, just kind of setting money aside for that for whenever I do get a house. Your rainy day fund. So this to me would be like my income replacement fund. Your 3 to 6 months expenses, rainy day, income replacement, like all of that. So eventually I want to get 15 grand set aside. That would be 6 months. First, I want to get this to $1,000 and then get 1 month ahead and then start putting money in here to have the actual like income replacement set aside. The next category is medical emergency fund. I want to set aside $4,500 because that is, I don't know if you guys can see these notes down here, but basically, I do have an HSA, and so I want to fund this amount, and then like put it in my HSA and not have to worry about it. My out-of-pocket max is $2,500. My dental deductible is $1,000, and my vision deductible is $1,000. So that total is $4,500. So to meet all of those deductibles and out-of-pocket maxes or whatever, I would need $4,500, and that's why that's the goal for this category. And then this right here just says, like, for 2021, I can contribute $3,600 to my HSA. I'd like to have this set aside and like put it in the HSA and like kind of like keep rebuilding it each year or something. I watch another YouTuber on here who does YNAB videos, and her name is Gen Z Finance or Zennial Finance, and she is really good about doing like her like getting a year ahead on like emergency funds, like, and all of that. So she is like saving up for like 2022's like, or she already has it saved up, 2022's out of pocket max and like all of that. So that's kind of like where like I wanted to have a medical emergency fund set aside, but like she kind of like gave me the idea to like, oh, you should just have your out of pocket max and all of that set aside, and I thought that was genius. So then the next one is family emergency fund. So this is $5,000 I'd like to have set aside. My intention with this would be like, if like my family needed any help, I would have some money set aside to help them. Just a little bit, not a lot, because obviously I'm not, that well off yet, but I'd like to be able to help them if I could. Pet emergency fund. So right now, living at home, I don't have a pet. I want to, when I move out, I would like to eventually get a pet. Don't know if I want a dog or a cat, but I want to save up to have an emergency fund set aside for them so that I could pay for any vet bills or like adoption fees or anything like that. So that's what this is for. And then tech emergency fund. So that would be like if my phone, like I drop my phone and the screen breaks, or like something happens to my computer or my AirPods or anything like that. If it's something that can be repaired, I would have some money set aside to repair it. And then car emergency fund. This is basically like any repair like that is like hopefully under $1,000 that I would need to do that could fix my car, like a big repair, not just like your general maintenance, like an oil change or anything. Then home emergency fund would be like a big, I don't know, what did I have right down here? Major home repairs. So like a home insurance deductible. I did 2,000. I looked up an average home insurance deductible, and it said it was around $2,000. I don't know. When I get a house, I guess I would figure out how much the home insurance deductible is and have that set aside for if there was like some major catastrophe like flooding or something, then I could get that fixed. Okay, and then fire, which would be financial independence, retire early. I would love to be able to do that. I don't know, like there's a lot of moving pieces to that, but basically I want to start once I get ahead and get my be prepared ready. The next step that I would start looking at would be fire. So I'd want to start putting more money into my my retirement. Currently I have a 401k with work that I put money in, and I just do the match that the employers do. But I didn't know if I should open a Roth IRA in addition to that or just dump more money in the 401k. I'm not sure yet. I'm still doing research on that. So I want to start putting money aside for that. And then brokerage would be my TD Ameritrade account, but I might open a Fidelity account. I've heard really good things about them. And that would just be buy stocks and mutual funds to try and make some more money. And then eventually, this one right here is a rental property down payment. I I've also considered, if I have enough money saved to buy real estate, because I've heard that's really good as far as like building wealth. So that's what that is in this fire category. This is what I'm currently working on as far as getting money saved for when I buy whatever home I buy. I'm looking at either a condo or a townhome because just me, I don't need a lot of space, but I do want a home. I don't want to rent. So currently I have 10,000 saved for down payment. I like to get it to 15. And then I have 2,800 saved in closing costs. And then inspections, they said to do one inspection would cost around like $500. But I wouldn't do an inspection until I was actually like going to be getting whatever house or whatever it is. So $500 is the goal for that. Home warranty. This is a new category I just made. We were talking about maybe getting a home warranty as far as like the appliances. I don't know how much that would cost. I have to do some research on that. Purchase fees. The bank that has already, approved me for my loan said that if I buy a place, their processing fee or something like that, or paperwork fee, I don't know, uh, is $975. So I need to have that set aside. And again, if you guys know what any of all of this stuff is, like any advice on if you've bought a house or anything like that, leave it down below. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm just trying to think of anything that might throw me off track. Like basically be prepared, worst case scenario. Setup fees. I was doing some like reading on home buying and whatnot, and people were saying that like if you get a place that has an HOA, you're gonna have to pay to transfer your HOA. You're also gonna have to pay like a fee if you want to get like your bills set up. Like sometimes you'll have to pay a fee to get your water turned on, or you'll have to pay a fee to get your internet set up or something like that. I don't know how much all of that costs. I just said, okay, a general $1,000. Moving costs. The area we're looking for me to get a place in is not that far from where my parents live and my brother live as well. Like it's kind of like central area. It's Nashville. It wouldn't take that far to move, and I don't have a lot of stuff. I literally only have the furniture that I grew up with and like some furniture that like some family is donating, so it's not going to be that difficult. And then home supplies would be like $500 for miscellaneous house stuff when I move in that I might not think of until I actually get in the house. Appliances, 2,000 for that. That would be if I get a place and there's like not a washer and dryer, and I need to buy a washer and dryer or a new dishwasher or something, just to have that set aside. And then 1,000 for unknown, like something that pops up that I have no idea, that would be there. So these are the goals. Currently, this is all that I have, but I'm trying to save up. So the money that I put up top as far as this property, like these bills, like internet and up, at the end of the month, I'm going to move that down into these categories, and then it'll literally be moved from my checking account to my home savings account to save up for buying a house. This last category is travel. So this is like when I do go on a trip, which when I go to that anime weekend, the $425 that I'm going to set aside is then going to be budgeted out into transportation, lodging, food and drink, any activities, or miscellaneous purchases. Then I have reimbursements. So this would be like if I buy something for a friend and then they want to pay me back for it. So like we go out to lunch and we would split the bill, but none of us want to do the math. So I'll be like, oh, I'll get it and we'll just do it later. And they either Venmo me or Cash App me some money. That is what this would go in. And then interest and fees, that is like when the credit card charges you interest, you put it in here, and then you set money aside for it, and it automatically moves up here to your credit card, which is what this is. This was interest on my last credit card payment. So now that's set aside to go to the next payment, so the interest is automatically paid off. I feel like I just did a ton of talking, but if you're still with me, thank you. I've just been very excited about getting back to budgeting. I have $115 left to budget out. So let's try and figure out where this is going to go. Okay. Let's see. So we did fixed. We did these. I can put it in that. Hold on. Let's make sure everything else is cleared before I put it up here. $10 funded, plenty funded. You funded, fully funded this month. Okay. We're not doing 100 because I have funded. I'm going to get that. Okay, that's what I'm going. All right, let's see. Address menu. I did tax with the menu. Let's see. I do something Christmas. You lost me 5. I don't know. Let's do a little bit in Christmas. Let's do. How much? That'll leave me with 40. I don't want to put anything in there right now. Do I want to put all 75? Let's just do 50. And we'll do the cushion. We'll just put the rest in cushion. Build that back up. Because my goal with this is I want to get it to 250. And keep it at 250, like no matter what. That way it's just like extra padding in my saving or my checking account. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I know it is different from the cash envelopes that I normally do. I have just been really liking doing YNAB like on the go using my phone, which I can do a video and show you what the phone, the app user face looks like as well if you guys are interested. And I don't know, I might get back into doing my cash envelopes, but we will see. I just kind of wanted to test out the YNAB because I've really been enjoying it. And it's the only budgeting I've been doing since February, and it's kind of kept me on track. I was able to pay down a lot of debt, which like I need to do a video and tell you guys how much debt I paid off. I mean, I still have a little bit, but I paid off a lot. I paid like $6,000 off since February. I don't know the exact number. I have to go back and look. But yeah, anyway, I know this was different. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment down below what you think about my categories or envelopes. And if if you would try digital cash envelope system, I'd be interested in knowing that. And also like any tips, comments, like whatever. I just love hearing from you guys. So if you just drop me a comment down below, that'd be awesome. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.